So these are the things I used for my experiment. In here I have a food strainer, some amaranth, oats, rice, sugar, a canned tuna, a teaspoon, a cup of water, chili powder, salt, 2 cups, and a bowl. So my bowl will represent the nephron. The 2 cups are the renal artery, which I'm gonna put on the left, and the renal vein, which I'm gonna put on the right. The food strainer is a glomerulus. Water is the water in my blood. Rice are my red blood cells, while oats are my white blood cells. Amaranth will represent the protein in blood. Canned tuna the amino acids. Sugar the glucose. Salt is, well, the salt in my blood. The chili powder is a urea, and my teaspoon is a transport protein. So now I'm gonna put this aside so you can have a better view of the experiment. So I'm gonna pour a teaspoon of my red blood cells. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of my white blood cells. And I'm gonna put a teaspoon of my proteins, which are the amaranth. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of my urea, which, wait, let me open this. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of my salts. And I'm gonna put a teaspoon of my amino acids. This, all of it, will go to the renal artery. Then I'm mixing my cup of water, and now I have all of it in my renal artery. Now what I will do is I pour my blood to the glomerulus, which is a food strainer. This will filtrate and represent the glomerulus filtration, which blocks blood cells and large proteins but allow water and small solvents to pass. So I want to show you in my strainer. As you can see, what stayed at the top are the big components. So now with my transporter protein, or the teaspoon, I'm going to put what was left, my glomerulus, to the renal vein. Because after blood is filtrated by the glomerulus, everything not filtered goes to the vein. So now I'm going to represent absorption, and I'm bringing back my glucose, proteins, salts, and then I'll transport them. It's kind of difficult. I'm going to transport them to my renal vein. Then I'll transport my water from the nephron into halfway my renal vein. This is because in the reabsorption, the kidney and the nephron also absorbs water without the waste products, which is urea. And in absorption, nutrients pass through the renal tube back into the capillaries, and here the body reabsorbs what it needs and creates urine. half of my cup. This is my nephron at half full of water. So the substances that didn't transport in the spoon are the substances that excrete as urine. Secretion is when waste ions and hydrogen ions pass from the capillaries into the renal tubule, creating urine, which passes out of the kidney into the ureter and down to the bladder. What you can also see in this experiment is that the amount of water you use for this experiment, which in this case I use 1 cup of water, represents how drinking more or less water affects the quantity of urine you produce. You'll find creatinine, ammonia, uric acid, dissolved salts, water, and other ions, as well as urea in your urine. Thank you for watching.